Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And Disney might be in trouble when it comes to its future in the theaters. Apparently Hollywood's next craze now is video game movies. They're moving on. Shocker. They're moving on from superheroes and they're scrambling to do video game movies now. Most video game movies have been pretty terrible. Mario made a lot.
Recently, they haven't been.
Recently, we've actually had some pretty good video games.
Sonic's been good. Detective Pikachu was good.
Detective Pikachu was good, yeah. Mario made a lot of money.
We haven't got to see it yet, so I can't tell you if it's good.
But a lot of people are happy. We're gonna go see it. We're gonna go see it. So here's the thing. Disney is betting heavily on superheroes going forward. Everything's MCU, MCU, MCU. Except the MCU's not looking so hot right now.
It is in decline.
It is in decline. We'll talk more about that. We're going to talk about this article and kind of where we're at and where Disney might be at with this, because they are losing left and right. I mean, Mario's just completely smashing all these records.
But Disney has Kingdom Hearts.
They do have Kingdom Hearts.
They have part ownership in Kingdom Hearts. They don't own the whole thing.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure how that works out, but yeah, they would probably have to share with Square. Square might want some input into that. I hope to God if they strip mine Kingdom Hearts that they don't do it in live action, because that would be weird.
Yeah, that would be very weird.
That would be very, very weird. But let's talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. Geeky will give you a woohoo if you subscribe. Thank you very much. And we've been talking about the situation with Mario defying all the odds, defying all the critics. I mean, geez, the BBC's even like, Mario had a sensational box office take despite the poor reviews. How could this happen?
The reviews were the critical reviews, the ones anyone gives a shit about. Because I know you're biased.
We tried to tank this movie. We tried to tell people it was dumb. It wasn't political enough or something. And my God, they went to go see it anyway. How dare they?
Yes.
How dare they go see?
They're all bigots.
They're all a bunch of bigots. They're all a bunch of bigots. Where's the representation? Why don't we have more Latino Italian plumbers?
That's right. No, Latino people playing Italian plumbers.
Latino people.
That's representation.
Isn't that cultural appropriation? So anyway, yeah, people went to go see the movie, even though it didn't get a very good critical score. Lots of people loved it. Some people said it wasn't that great. It was functional. It was okay. But that's really all this movie needed to be, was good enough.
But Disney and Marvel.
But Disney and Marvel. Yeah, so this article talks about Disney and Marvel. It actually, and this is coming from a site that covers mostly superhero movies. They said Marvel and DC have ruled the cinematic landscape. They brought us some impressively shocking moments and yada, yada, yada. And look, everything comes and goes, right? But what's interesting is we get down to here, 1, 2, 3, 4 paragraphs in. The reason that is that, for better or worse, superhero flicks have run their course. Avengers Endgame could have been the last MCU film ever to hit theaters, and no one would have been mad.
Right, because as we said, after it was over, people don't want to watch more. They checked out after, phase 3, and they don't care. It's been obvious.
Right. Much like the comic books they're based on, these cinematic universes have become too convoluted for some moviegoers who would rather watch a standalone film than devote their time and money to yet another complex movie franchise. Yeah, the multiverse was not a good place to go.
No.
It was fine for a one-off Spider-Man movie. Hey, isn't that cool? We can have all the Spider-Men team up somehow and explain it. That's fine. But they're really leaning into the multiverse thing, and this is going to confuse the hell out of the normies. Mm-hmm. And I think they're going to lose a lot more people leading up to Secret Wars. Speaking of which, the Marvels trailer kind of just isn't performing that well.
Yeah, so there was this article earlier, and what struck me as interesting is this person's really pissed about it. And they're mad about the downvotes. So this article, they're like, wow, 11 hours after the Marvels, okay, so it was a while ago, trailer went up. It received 214,000 dislikes. 2 is the 318,000 likes. It's got to be trolls. And I'm like, but wait a minute. First of all, that's all the more likes they got. That's sad, and it tells me people are really not interested in this movie. But also, I think at this point what's going on is people are voting it up. A small group of people are doing everything they can to keep voting it up, and a small group of people are doing everything they can to keep voting it down. I mean, if their argument is trolls are downvoting it intentionally, then my argument would be, well, then a small group of people are upvoting it intentionally.
Yeah.
You know, that's argument that can be made. If you're going to claim one, then the other would be true by default.
My takeaway from this is this trailer dropped. Nobody really seemed to care one way or the other because it should have gotten a lot more action, a lot more views than it got. Nobody cares. I think everybody's moved on from Captain Marvel. You know, they're done.
That's a creepy looking Ewok.
I was gonna point that out. I'm like,
I think he's got flame eyes.
I don't know.
Is it flame eyes? And I'm like, if it is, I like that Ewok.
This is the flame. Here, let's see here.
It does.
He's watching. He's watching.
The world burn.
He's watching the world burn. Oh my God!
I love this Ewok. This is my spirit animal.
This is your new spirit animal right here. This is Geeky's Ewok.
Fluffy, brushable, but watches the world burn.
My God.
That's glorious.
Tales of friendship, horror, and triumph with the Ewoks.
I love it.
All right, so we might have to.
It probably sucks, but I love it.
I'm sure it does, but that cover's worth it. You should just get a poster of that and hang it up.
And every time I feel down in the world, look up to the flames and be like, "That's right."
Watch it burn, bitches. Watch it burn, yub nub, motherfucker.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. So anyway, speaking of burning, Marvel's burning down. Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I kept thinking, okay, this is going to be the bright spot that they're going to have this year with the MCU, is that Guardians 3 is going to do really, really well. No, they're saying it's going to do okay, but it's going to come in under Guardians 2.
I think part of the reason is everybody's afraid they're going to kill Rocket, and they want to wait and see.
Oh, I can almost guarantee you they're going to kill Rocket.
But I honestly think that's part of it. I think part of it is, I think part of it's just because people are so tired of Marvel, and honestly, they're sick of Disney, so they're kind of not going because they're tired of Disney shit. But I also think people are like, I don't want to watch it if Rocket dies, so we'll wait and see who dies, and then before I go give it money.
So yeah, they're saying Guardians 2 opened to $146 million in 2017. So that's in 2017 dollars. And Mario would retain its status as the highest opening weekend of 2023 so far. Yeah, they're talking about the strong possibility at least
is that
one
global or is that just domestic?
That's domestic.
All right.
But they said, yeah, one of the members will be killed off. And Volume 3 is going to be the last film for Drax for sure. A lot of people noping out. I mean, I think they're right in the fact that Endgame was a good jumping off point for a lot of people, especially given the piss poor quality of Marvel now.
Right, which we said people aren't going to come back because they're like, we already invested 10 years, we're done.
Yeah.
It's like, we're tired of it.
Again, this is the wrap. This is a Hollywood paper, Hollywood rag, right? And they're saying that all of these movies are underperforming. Love and Thunder underperformed. Mm-hmm. Wakanda Forever was supposed to break $1 billion easy, and it didn't. Doctor Strange got there almost. Ant-Man and the Wasp was a dud. Mm-hmm. And I think the Marvels is going to be a huge flop.
People are sick of it. I mean, the only thing I think they had a chance with was Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, and it's not looking too hot. It's because everybody's tired. They're superheroed out. But they would love, you know what else I think a lot of it to do? They're tired of having stuff shoved down their throats. Yep. They're also very, very, very tired of, Disney in general. A lot of people are just really fed up with Disney. And superhero movies are just over, but those new movies like, you know, Sonic and Detective Pikachu and Super Mario Brothers, and, you know, even like the, you know, besides that, but like the Minions and all that, they're cute. They're fun just to be fun. Like, they're not like, they're a family movie you can go take your kids to, and you don't feel like you're being preached at. You're just there to have fun. You don't feel like you have to be, you know, having to deal with political bullshit at the movies like you do every other aspect of your life.
Oh, don't worry. They'll go there eventually. Once it becomes popular, we know that the activists are going to be chomping at the bit to take control of these franchises.
But that doesn't mean they're going to win.
Well, that's true. I think it's starting to get to a point now where
Hollywood knows it's not, you know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, they just tossed over Victoria Alonso, you know, and they're trying to say, oh, it's because she breached contracts. No, they tossed her overboard because she tried taking the MCU in a very
that and the fact that she was the one doing all the shit with the FX studios, and they could barely get anybody to work with them.
But they said that video game movies do this well. They give audiences a sense of homecoming because they bring them back to a time when entertainment was good for the soul.
What? That's crazy talk.
There's hardly anything more satisfying than spending 2 hours or so getting lost in a fantasy world.
But the caveat that it's a fantasy world that's not shoving stuff down your throat. That's just fun for fun's sake.
Right. Where's all the political commentary? Mm-hmm. The Mushroom Kingdom versus the Koopas, Bowser.
Right. Where's the racism, the bigotry, the misogyny, the blah, 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 blah. No one wants it.
Yeah.
Well, these movies aren't doing well because nobody wants it. But then Mario comes out, just has a fun movie that everybody can relate to and everybody can enjoy, even if the plot's paper thin. It's doing well because it's what people want to watch. They don't want to have to be preached at every time they do anything.
Well, The Last Jedi did it better, bigots. No, this is pretty cool too, and then we're going to wrap it up. Super Mario Brothers theme song is the first video game music enshrined in the National Recording Registry.
It should be.
The U.S. Library of Congress is basically saying the Mario theme is so iconic it needs to be enshrined in the National Recording Registry.
I agree with them.
So I think that's pretty cool. That's good timing. And
everybody knows the Mario theme.
Yeah, Zelda will be next. They need to do Zelda.
Probably.
So
wouldn't surprise me.
Are we gonna wrap this one up?
Yep.
All right. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys, and we'll talk later.
Bye.
Help support the channel. Go to thereef.support and get early access to podcasts, videos, and other content. That's thereef.support.